And finally, let's add that back. So I'm going to show the body back component. And once again, we're left with our master model. It gets a little bit repetitive there. We'll right-click here and open that part. And here we are, once again, in a blank document, ready to build the back of this thing. So let's do our Surfaces tab and do a thicken. We'll just take this body back, and we're going to go the opposite direction. We'll do our 3 millimeters here once again, and click OK. And similar, we're going to have a very similar process to the sides here, in that we're going to apply the material and then zoom right in. And you notice that the thickened surface does not match up with the outside edge of the sides. So we'll do the exact same thing we did on the sides. Direct editing, move face. We'll move this face, offset it out by 10 millimeters, doesn't matter. Click OK. Then we can go to our surface tools and over to cut with surface. Select the surface to cut with, and this time the arrow is pointing the wrong direction, so we need to flip it so that we'll be cutting the outside away. Click the checkbox. That part goes away. Then we go to our direct editing, delete solid or surface, go to our surfaces, delete those two surfaces, click OK, and we are in good shape. So here we just go back to our import feature, select our sketches, hide them, and close this guy, go back to the main assembly, and once again we are just about finished. And as before, in both cases, I forgot to mirror it. So we'll go ahead and do that right here in the context of the assembly. Just edit this guy, go to our features, hop over to mirror, and we'll grab the right plane of the component, not of the assembly. Bodies to mirror, we'll mirror that guy across. We're going to use merge solids. And we're having a problem. Okay, so I just clicked on merge solids and mirror, and it looks like there's something wrong that's keeping these guys from being able to mirror properly. Well, actually the mirror works, but if I uncheck merge solids here, it'll work. But the merge wasn't working because it looks like there's probably some overlap or something weird going on right at the center of this part. Now fortunately, that's pretty easy to fix usually, so let's just kind of force this to work and see what happens. So here's a good trick. If we go to our direct editing tab, I can move face. We'll just select this face and this one and this face. We want to move those out a little bit, so I've just offset them by 10 millimeters again is fine. And then we'll go back to our Surfaces tab. And once again, let's do that Cut with Surface tool. But instead of a surface, we're actually going to be using the right plane of our component as our cutting tool. And make sure that arrow is pointing to the right. Click OK. Now we've cut it back. So basically we extended it and then cut it back again, thus essentially ensuring that we are perfectly flat across the center of this guy, kind of like taking a plane and manually, planing the edges of this to make sure that when you create the opposite side, it's going to match up perfectly. So here we do our mirror operation again across the right plane with merge solids. Give it a try, and it works. All right, so I left that flub in there because sometimes stuff like that happens, and it's good to know how to fix it. Now obviously these guys intersect in kind of a funny way, right? The soundboard is intersecting with the sides, and the side is also intersecting with the back side, and we're going to have to deal with that in the next video.